Hello everyone and welcome to this video. In this video we are going to cover how to find the ideal background to use on the stage in your Scratch program. With the projects that you guys have already started on, some of you have asked us, how do I get the background picture to fit properly? Sometimes there's bars at the top and the bottom, sometimes there's bars on the left and the right. So let's open up an example and show you. So here we are in our Scratch editor. Double click on our stage, go to the Backdrops tab, open a file, and I'm going to open one which I've downloaded before, and we have our backdrop. As you can see, it goes all the way from the top to the bottom, and from the left it stops over here. So we have a big white space on the right here. Now the reason for this is that although the picture is the right height, it is not the right width. Okay. Now just to show you where I found this picture, if you go to your web browser and you go to Google, and in my case I did a search for blocks background, okay, then you'll see there's an image tab up here. Click on the image. Okay, the first picture I picked was this one. It's a 600 by 600 image. That 600 by 600 refers to how many pixels wide and how many pixels high it is. Alright, now if we go back to our Scratch editor, okay, and remember when we move the mouse around, it shows you where the mouse is down here in the left and bottom right hand corner. So X goes from about minus 240 or plus 240 on the right all the way to minus 240 on the left, and Y goes from minus 180 at the bottom all the way to plus 180 at the top. So if you add those together, the width of our stage is 480 pixels and the height of our stage is 360 pixels. So there's two things we need to note here. The first is any picture you want to put as your backdrop needs to be bigger than those two dimensions, at least equal to or bigger. So it must be at least 480 pixels wide and 360 pixels high. If we go back and look here, we see it is 600 by 600, so both of those dimensions are bigger than 480 and 360. The problem is when we imported it, it shrunk the picture to fit on the horizontal, on the vertical. So it changed that 600 down to 480. So it made this 480, and when it squashed the picture, it means this piece over here isn't filled in. Now we need to do a bit of maths. So let's go look at our maths pad here. As we said, our stage is 480 pixels wide and 380 pixels high. So if we say what is the ratio of width to height, it's 480 to 360. If we divide 480 by 360, we land up with 1.33 to 1. So 480 divided by 360 is 1.333. 360 divided by 360 is 1. And we call this an aspect ratio. Alright, it's the ratio of the width to the height. So the width is 1.333 times bigger than the height. So we can use this information to figure out what kind of picture we want to, or what the size of the picture is that we need to use. Now typically we don't get to choose the dimensions if we're looking for pictures on Google. So what we need to do is we need to go and look on our Google search results. You'll see as you move the mouse over, it puts at the bottom the dimensions of the picture. And remember, it's always width, so left to right times height, top to bottom. So we need to take the width and divide it by 1.33 and make sure that the number we get is bigger than or equal to this number. So if we go back to our maths, if we have a width of 1024, so let's get our calculator. We have a width of 1024 and we divide it by 1.333. Our height must be at least 768 pixels. So let's give that a try. If we go back to our Google search, okay, let's go look for this picture over here. We see it's 2560 by 1440. So doing our maths, 2560 divided by 1.333 means the height must be at least 1920. And here we see the height is 1440. So I've already saved this, but I'll save it again to show you how to do it. So first step, click on it. It shows you a bigger version. Then click on the View Image. And then it shows you the picture. Then right click on that and say Save Picture As. And I've saved it as blocks 2 before. We'll save it as blocks 2 again. And let's go back to our Scratch editor. And let's go and put that in as our backdrop. So we choose blocks 2, open. There you go. And as you can see, our picture wasn't high enough, and that's why we have a white space at the bottom. So let's go and look for another picture that we can maybe get to do the job for us. So not that one. Let's try this one. Or maybe this one. We've got 960 by 854. So we say 960 divided by 1.33 divided by 1.333 means the height must be at least 720. So the height there is 854, so that should be good enough. So we click on it, View Image, wait for it to load the picture up. Oops, that wasn't supposed to happen. Okay, let's try another picture. Hold on, it did save it. Sorry, let's open it. There we go, there's our picture. Alright, but I'm not sure where it's got saved. So let's try another picture. Let's see this, 400 by 224. So divide 400 divided by 1333. 400 divided by 1.333 needs to be at least 300 big. And that is 224, so that's too small. Let's try this, 1280 by 1024. 1280 divided by 1.333 needs to be 960. And it is 1024, so that should be big enough. Click on it, click on View Image, wait for it to load. Right click on it, Save Picture As. We're going to put it on our desktop, and we're going to call it blocks 3. Okay, and there we go. Then we go back to Scratch. We want to load up our blocks 3, and there you go. Alright, left a little bit of a margin on the right hand side, but it was doing much better than it usually does. Okay, what we can do to fix this is, instead of saying load, upload backdrop from file, we can go import. If we import, then it will let us resize the backdrop. So we go open, and you see now it's got this blue border around it with these little blocks. And if you drag on the block, then you can resize it to fit on your stage. And if you hit exit, then it'll save it that way. Alright, so let's do that again. Let's try that with one of the other pictures. Let's try it with our colored blocks example. Alright, there you can see it's fine on the width, but not on the height. So if we move it down into the bottom right hand corner, then we can put our mouse here. You see it puts the 2 arrows there, and we drag it to make it bigger. And then we click in the middle and we move it up, and now it covers the whole stage. And if we hit escape, then there's our block. Okay, but as you see on the right here, nothing's changed for our stage. So let's get rid of the ones we don't want. That one, that one. Okay, not that one, because remember that one's got the white space underneath. And now we've only got one backdrop left, and it's the one that covers the whole backdrop. Hopefully this will help you a bit with getting your backgrounds right on your stage. As always, if you're not sure about things, then come to us in the lesson and ask us for help. Thank you very much for watching.